Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do the last video in the 3-step series that I've been doing in order to sell invitations on Etsy. And this one is probably going to be one of the most important ones other than choosing what you're going to do, in that we're going to go over how to do your listing from top to bottom, from your photos, your title, your tags, your descriptions. And it's going to help you kind of get more of an understanding on how to do your SEO in order to get sales. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use the mock-up that we did from the last video, and I've already got it saved here. And so we're going to put that here. Now, I'm not going to add any more because this is just the test listing. I'm not actually going to publish this, but usually what I do with mine is I'll have my main mock-up of your invitation, and then I add I use Cordial, so they have some things that you can list with, and I'll put one of their photos here, and then the next 3 is going to be how long you have access to your template. Then I put one that says please read the item description before purchasing, and then the 3rd one is check the description for matching items. Now, you can do that however you want to, that's fine. It's very important to put as many photos as you can in here, not just to fill up the slots with the same photos, but a lot of times people do not read descriptions, and if they're not reading descriptions, they're just flipping through the photos and then they're going to purchase. So anything that is particularly important, like something that they have to know before they purchase, make sure you put it in your photos, and that way it also covers you. And then I usually also repeat that information in the description as well, just to kind of cover your butt with Etsy in case something happens. So once you've got your photo in, Etsy in the last year, they added the add a video, and that is actually pretty popular. Let me go in and add the one that I do. I've got to redo all my stuff. There is so much that I can't find anything because I have so many things and they're not in a good order, and I need to get organized. But I do suggest using a video. Like I said, I use Cordial, which is an online template software where people can go in and edit it themselves. And so they actually made us a little video that we can put. I put the same video on all of my listings. That way, if 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be viewing your actual shop. They're only viewing a specific listing. And because of that, I want that video on every single listing. So it's just a quick 15-second, this is what you're getting. This is a template software. You're not going to get anything printed in the mail. You're going to have to do the editing. And that's just another way to cover your butt just in case something happens. So on the title, so we need to go ahead and start doing our SEO research, right? So what would you use to describe this invitation? It is a rose invitation. It's a floral invitation. It can be considered a watercolor invitation because the graphics are watercolors. I specifically have this because I'm a fairy tale themed shop. I don't sell anything Disney, that is illegal, but I would use this as a Beauty and the Beast or a Snow White themed invitation. So what you're going to do to figure out which ones we want to put first, right? Because we want our best keywords in the first part of the title and then the first part of the tags. Why do we do that? That is because Etsy will take the first, I think it's like the first 60 characters, but the first couple of words, and you want to be as much of an exact match as you can be in those few keywords so that you rank higher in search. So let's go ahead. I did an incognito window because I wanted to kind of get rid of my personalization. So we're going to do rose invitation. 64,651 results. Now, if we took that a step further and kind of narrowed it down because it would be considered a template, you're down to 33,612 results, okay? So that's awesome. And I'm actually right here. So I am ranking on the first page. So it's not, here's another one of mine. It's not something that I haven't learned how to do, guys. I've been doing it for about a year, and I am getting to where I'm getting anywhere from 2 to 8 sales a day. It kind of fluctuates depending on the day. and I want to double my listing size because I have about 562, I believe, and I want to get to at least 1,000 in the next 6 months. And I'm pretty sure if I do that, since I know that I have listings that are selling and they sell daily, then as long as I expand on that, I should double my income, if not triple it, because you have that many more listings out, you have that much more real estate, and as long as I'm doing my SEO research correctly, then buyers should be finding my item, and it has been proven that my shop is converting. I think my conversion rate's about 3.5% right now. I actually have to go in and look. But anyways, back to the SEO. So Rose invitation template would be an exact match. So we're going to go over to eRank. And I am not an affiliate of eRank, but I do like it just to go in and check some things. And like I said, this is going to be an exact match. And it looks like it is being kind of wonky today. Let's take out the template because that is kind of there we go. Because it is kind of an exact match. Okay, so it analyzed 100 listings, average price, so it's giving you kind of a price point here, average hearts, total views, average weekly views, average daily views, and average views in general. So right here it gives you your category, and here we go. This is keyword ideas down at the bottom, and I like this because, okay, so I had done Rose invitation template, but this is going to give you a little more of a breakdown and show you, okay, invitation template in general has pretty good searches. Now the competition is crazy, but that doesn't mean you can't use it, because if you're going to rank for it, then you can use it. So you kind of want a mix of long tail keywords, exact matches, and then you want some broader things in there, because what Etsy is going to do is Etsy is going to take your title and your tags, and it is going to mix and match compared to what the buyer's actually searching. So if the buyer searched watercolor template, if you have watercolor invitation template in your tags, not only would you be an exact match for those two, but it's also going to take watercolor and template, and it's going to show up for you. Now, you might not be on the first page. It's going to depend on that specific listing. How many times has it sold compared to how many times people have looked at it? You know, is it going to be, is your listing quality score going to be good? So there's a lot of factors that are going to go into this, but it's trial and error, guys. There's no like perfect magic science on any of this. So let's go back into create our listing. So what I would do is on this one, my shop, like I said, it is fairy tale theme, but let's say we're not going to do that. So we're going to do, let's see here. Let's go to our, let's check something else out. I want to try a different one. So let's do watercolor. What is this invitation for? I don't even know what the, so it's a baby shower. Okay, so see, that's going to be another exact match that we need to put in our title and our tags. So watercolor baby shower invitation. Okay, this is a really big long tail keyword. And we've got 28,290 results. Let's take it one step further. Okay, so nothing else is really put on after that. So these are looking good. These are looking good. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do watercolor baby shower invitation. And this is something you're going to have to edit. You know, it's a trial and error. You're going to have to go in and say, okay, give it about, I would say 60 to 90 days, because it does take time for your listings to rank. That's why a lot of sellers are doing everything 3 to 4 months in advance. So like for Mother's Day, you would have wanted to do that 3 to 4 months in advance. It doesn't mean that you can't rank if you list right before the holiday. That's not necessarily specific, but it's going to depend on a lot of different factors. Are you a newer shop? Are you getting daily sales? Are you active daily? You know, all of these things go into what it's going to be for your ranking for Etsy search. And because of that, if it's a new listing, it's not going to have a quality score. So Etsy does tend to give them a little bit of a boost, and if it starts selling, it could take off. It could become viral. I mean, I think we've all seen in the last year how there have been so many people that have that one product that they didn't even think would do well, and it just completely took off with one way or another. So it's definitely possible. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to take a little bit to start getting sales on these items, getting consistent sales, because we want consistency, right? We want to make sure that we're getting like an everyday sale, every other day. You want it to be converting because, one, that shows Etsy that you're converting, you're getting sales, you're doing something right, the buyers are finding your product, and you are fulfilling that need, right? So that is good to know, and you want to make sure that that's happening. So anyway, so let's get back to the title. Watercolor baby shower invitation. I always go in next and do editable template for the buyers because I want that pretty close. And that is another keyword that you can rank for. That's fine, but I want it there because a lot of the times, like I said, buyers don't necessarily always read correctly, or they're skimming through, they're looking through photos, and so that is there to show them that this is not a physical product and you were not editing it. They are going to do it themselves. Now, the next thing that we could do is we could do rose invite. Now, some of this is, guys, I know that I have eRank pulled up and I have the search bar. I do suggest going into an incognito mode and going into your search bar and looking for different variations that you can do. Now, why did I do rose invite instead of rose invitation? Because you don't have to repeat your keywords, right? So now that gives you another option to show up for a search that's watercolor invite, baby shower invite, rose invitation. Etsy's going to mix and match everything, so you don't have to stress over that. But it does do well to just make sure that you're trying to be as specific as possible with as many different words as possible, but you don't want to just throw them up there. You don't want it to be a jumble of nonsense that nobody can read. I use commas to separate everything. Why do I do this? Because then I can copy and paste it into the tags. It makes it super simple and quicker when you're going in to do everything. Now, let's see. Let me pull up one of my listings because I've done all this research. I know my sales are looking horrible today. This was my yesterday. Last 7, last 30, this month. So right now we're at about 456 and it is March the 14th. And the last 30 days I'm at a 914. So this is something that I'm working on in order to become full-time. I want to double and triple that for sure. I need reliable income. I want to make sure that we have a little bit of a window there, a little bit of extra room. That way if we're having a bad month, this time's usually kind of slow, then we have some wiggle room. So this is my yearly so far, just to show you guys. January and February were horrible. A lot of that was due to the fact that, pandemic and political climate, there was a lot of things going on. So, my sales didn't really start picking back up until about March. But we're going to go into one of my listings because I cannot think. Here, this is one of my best sellers. Going to go down here. Okay. Floral invitation, that's one that ranks pretty well for me. I'm found with that a lot. So you guys just make sure that you're doing your research. Now I do invitation printable, invitation template. Now this is for my tags. This is not actually for my title. Let me go back up to my title. So see, I did a quinceañera invitation, editable template, crown invitation. I should have put invite somewhere in there instead of repeating invitation. Floral invitation, princess party, instant download, quince invitation. But I'm not messing with that because it's one of my best sellers, and you don't want to mess with your SEO if it is selling, only if it is not selling. And like I said, you need to give it a little bit. It's not going to be selling in a week and just 9 times out of 10, it's not just going to take off and start selling crazy. Okay, guys? You got to give it time and patience. It's all going to be, it's part of a bigger puzzle. Okay? It takes a little bit of time. But anyways, we've got baby shower invitation is what this is. So invitation printable, invitation template. I'm going to do invitation template, and then we're going to cut it off there. You can continue to put in your keywords. That's fine. I don't want mine. Most of the time I will completely fill the title if I can. But for this, it's just a demonstration. We've got a few here. So who made it? I did. It is a finished product. And it is made to order because everybody's is going to be different. Now, templates, paper and party supplies, paper, invitations, announcements, and templates. That's what we want. That's the right category for that. Our colors primarily are going to be red and yellow. You don't have to do this, but it is better to put as much personalization as you can. That way, if someone says red floral invitation, yellow floral invitation, now you're popping up for those categories as well, where others may not because they didn't have colors inputted. So that would bump you up higher. It is a baby shower. Holiday, I don't like to put holiday unless it's specifically for, like if it is a Christmas invitation, it is a Halloween invitation. This could, I guess, categorize under Christmas because of the colors, but we're going to leave it blank because I don't want to get into that. It is an automatic renewal. That just means that every time that you sell this item, it's going to automatically relist it, so you're not having to go in and manually do it. That's a good thing. This is a digital item. Now, I'm going to go and copy paste my description, and then I'll go over what I've got because I have worked out my policies and I want to go over that with you guys. Okay. I need my link. I'll just type it out. Okay. So at the very beginning, now this listing would not rank well on Google search. I know that. Right now, I just want it to rank on Etsy. For Google search, I'm actually in the process of opening a shop on WooCommerce, and that would be where my descriptions, I want them airtight for Google. Not as worried about it on Etsy. So I have, please be aware colors may vary slightly due to screen settings and paper that you use. For best printing results, make sure your printer settings are set at the best quality available. This is a disclaimer because your computer screen is in RGB. Most printers print in CMYK, and basically just the short version, that just means that you're going to get every single color imaginable on your screen because it's a screen, right? It's digitally done, and when you go to print a product, then it is not going to print all of those pretty beautiful colors because it's not able to. The ink can only do so much. So that's why I put that there. That way people understand, hey guys, like it's really bright and it's really vibrant on the screen. It might not print quite as vibrant on your paper. It's going to depend on your quality. If you want the best results, if you want it to look as close as possible, you need to print at the highest quality on photo paper, like a glossy photo paper. But a lot of people don't want to do that for invitations, right? They want that matte paper feel. And so that's going to affect how everything's printing. I have a try before you buy link. This is just people that can go in and do a demo of my item. I have what's included. You want this here. You want them to understand this is what you're getting in your listing. This is what you're getting if you purchase. A lot of people don't read descriptions, but if they do, and even if they don't, you want this here to cover your butt. This is my YouTube channel link. Now, whether or not that should be in my description, I honestly don't know 100%. I know that Etsy doesn't want you to redirect people, just like Facebook and other places. They want you to stay on the site as long as possible. But like I said, I am getting sales, and I haven't seen anything where removing that, because I didn't always have that there. The sales are about the same. I have how it works. So how the actual process works of having instant access for your design, that you receive an email, that you can edit and print, and then I have how you edit your text. And then I also have a little snippet here that instructions are available to download. This is going to be, because it's a digital item, but it's not something they're downloading from Etsy. It's, they're using a third-party tool called Cordial. I have a little instruction PDF that I download at the digital part at the bottom so that I can list my listing. I have refunds, okay? There are no refunds or exchanges on digital items. Why is that? Because you don't want to get a whole bunch of people getting your item, and then they use it, they download it, whatever, and then it's like, oh, I want a refund now. Because what? They're going to have your item and they're going to keep their money. That's not fair to you guys. You guys are spending time and effort making this available, right? So you want to be paid for your time. Now, because of this, and I actually had a scammer recently that did this to me, and I went from a 5-star to a 4.5, even though I've gotten like 8 or 9 5-star reviews since then. She got upset with me because she had purchased it and she couldn't get it to print in color. It was printing in black and white. Never contacted me. So, when she reaches out to me towards the end, she's already printed everything and she's like, it's just not working. I walked her through the steps of how to print in color, right? Because guys, everybody's not tech savvy. They don't understand sometimes. That's fine. I will help you as much as I can. But I should not be penalized because you don't understand how to use the equipment properly, right? So, I was very sweet and I let her know, well, this is the settings you need and this is a great YouTube tutorial to show you how to do it. Well, then she comes back, still don't like it, want a refund. Now, she's already accessed, she's downloaded, she has her files, right? There is no way that I can prove that she's not going to use this template. Well, come to find out, she went in, I refused to give her a refund, and that was just me sticking to my guns on this one a lot of times, and honestly, I probably should just have refunded. And I say that not because I want to create entitled people, but because my shop went from a 5-star to a 4.5 star, and that really bothers me because I pride myself on having great customer service. But I did go on Karen Check and look her up to see if she was scamming me, and her last 5 digital item reviews were all 1-star reviews for printing errors and the colors not coming out right. So I knew that she was scamming digital sellers. I did report it to Etsy. They refused to remove it. So it is what it is. I just had to live with it and move on. But this is why I have a no refund policy. And it also says, refunds will not be given due to printing errors, but I'll do my best to assist you to fix any printing issues you have. Copyright notice. Okay, all of my designs are put together by me. These items are for one-time personal use, and designs are not to be sold or reproduced. So this is for personal use. This is for the end result. That mom that needs the invitations, the girl that's about to have a sweet 16. This is not a listing for other shops to get my templates and sell them and print them off and start sending stuff like that. That's not okay. That's against terms of use. All of this clip art is original or has been purchased with a commercial license. Right now, a lot of everything that I have has been purchased with a commercial license. I'm working on doing my own watercolors and my own designs because I do want a completely original shop so that I don't have to worry about people trying to say, oh, well, this is mine, and I don't want to have to worry about that, even though I do have commercial license and I go through Creative Fabrica, which is my favorite place ever. I don't know if you guys have used it, but it's definitely worth a subscription. I'm not an affiliate. It's just saved me a lot of time and a lot of money. Anyways, let's continue. So that's my description. You can tweak that how you need it to. You can add, take away what you need. Look at other shops. See what they're putting. See if I missed anything that's kind of specific to some issues that might come up. Do not copy and paste somebody else's listing description. That is stealing. It is illegal. It's not okay. Now, you want to go, so production partners is basically if you're having someone manufacture a product for you. So if you designed it, it still is under Etsy's handmade policy because you're designing the product. but you're having someone else fulfill it or print on demand, you have to have a production partner. Then we would put our sections, and that is baby shower invitation. Now, we're here to our tags. Let me go up, copy and paste, because we want it exactly like it is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down. Watercolor invite. Oop, I didn't do that right. Hold on. Because invitation won't fit, baby shower. I'm breaking this down because you only get so many characters per tag, and I want to be exact matches as possible, as well as still have a wide range. So we've got that, so we have 6 left. I'm just going to go into one of my other invitations and kind of copy paste some of these. I think I've got, okay, here's a few. Instant download, I think I've got that already. I do not, okay. And the purpose of your tags in your title is SEO, search engine optimization. It's what your buyer is typing in the search bar and you popping up. I do different variations of the invitation with the word behind it, because that will cover if someone does watercolor baby shower invitation printable. I will show up as close to an exact match as possible. So that's what we want. Now we've got 2 left. We want to use all of them. So let's see what else we've got. This is a baby shower invitation. Let's see what else we can use. Invitation floral. Let's do that one. I like to use the search bar. It just shows the most popular searches, and I do the incognito mode to get rid of some of the personalization that it would show if I was signed in and on my browser. So it does help. And I guess we can do invitation girl or girl invitation. I just like to do it in the order that it would search, so it's an exact match. And like I said, this is going to be a trial and error. So if this listing doesn't convert, I'll have to go in here in a little bit. I'll probably at least get it 30 days, get some data going, and see if there's anything that we do need to tweak in order to get it bumped up a little higher. But this all kind of stuff, it converts pretty well for me, guys. I mean, I get pretty good daily sales for the amount of items that I have. I don't get anywhere near as some of the top shops who are getting hundreds of sales a day, but most of them have been open more than a year. So it's going to take time. This is not a sprint. This is a long-term game with Etsy. It takes a while to get going, guys. Materials, I don't put anything here, but if this is not a digital listing, then you would put, whatever materials you're using in order to make it. You want your price. My invitations are priced at $7.50. I used to price them a little bit higher because I could. I mean, I can bump the prices up. They'll still sell, but I try to give it as fair of a price as I can for my customers. And I used to run a sale all the time, every day, 30 days, the whole month. And I kind of got tired of it because I couldn't really see. If I have a bestseller, I want the badge to show. And if you have a sale running, then it's going to be less likely because that sale is going to show instead of your bestseller. I like to see how many is in the cart. I know that is not really an accurate search result because Etsy resets those every so often, and I've noticed that sometimes it'll have so many one day and then the next day it has none. But it does just kind of help show me, okay, people are liking these products, let's run with that. And then as well, obviously, I would use my sales as metrics for that as well. So I do my price, I do quantity. I think the highest it'll let you do is $999. I don't think it'll let you do 1,000. SKU. This is for you um, if you need something to go in. I don't have SKU set up because I can just search with my title if I'm looking for a specific listing. But if you do need this to keep organized, that's fine. Digital listings, not so much as a physical listing where you actually have a box labeled with the SKU number, okay? So it just really depends on what you're needing. I do turn on my personalization, and I do this little snippet right here, because once again, we want to cover our butts with Etsy, right? And it just says you're purchasing an editable template, which you will have to access, edit, and download at cordial.com. Please read the listing description and type yes to order. I minimize my character limit to 3. Why do I do that? Because I had customers reading this and still inputting their information in this little box for me to edit for them. I still also get people with the notes after they buy, there's like a note to seller that input their information expecting me to edit, even though I have it in my photos. I'll have it over here. I have it in my title. I have it in my description. I have it in the video. I have it in the tags. And I have it in the personalization. And I still get people that either don't read or they just don't care. They're trying to just get around the system and have me do it anyways. And they'll put a little note to seller. Usually when I get a note from them, I'll just be like, hey, here's your link. This is how it works. I have like a little snippet set up in my messages for the customers that do that. And then the last part would be doing your digital file. I just do instructions for this. PDF customer instructions right here. And this comes straight from my software Cordial, and that's just a full detailed customer instruction for them. You could also put a JPEG or a PNG that's like a thanks for your purchase. This is what you need to do. It really doesn't matter. You just have to have something right here in order for them to list your digital item. So that's it, guys. So you would list that and then track it and see how it does. I will tell you, I did not start seeing consistent sales until I had about 200 to 300 products. And even now it still fluctuates on the days. Sometimes it's the weekends I get a lot more sales. Sometimes Mondays do great, sometimes they don't do great. It really just depends, guys. But the more listings you have, the more real estate you have on Etsy, the more chances that you have to sell. You're not going to have a perfect shop right off the bat. I have changed my listing photos probably 5 times. I actually just purchased photography equipment and I did an actual styled photo shoot for my type of theme that I wanted for some of my stuff. But there are great mock-ups on Etsy if you want to do that. You do need to have a cohesive theme, so you don't want kind of crazy out there unrelated mock-ups, because for the ones that do go to your shop, it looks less professional. It kind of looks like you're just throwing stuff up there, and it might turn some people off. If you're wanting to make this a business, guys, you want the long-term game. You want it to look cohesive. You want it to look professional. I have changed my logo probably 3 times, and I'm not messing with it anytime soon because I just changed all the photos again. And like I said, I have almost 600 listings. I do not want to touch all of those listings again. I'm still editing them right now. Yeah, so I think that is everything. This was kind of a long video, and I do apologize, and I know that I stumble over my words sometimes. I am trying to get in the hang of this YouTube thing, but I am grateful for you guys watching. If you've made it this far, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments down there. I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as possible. And just remember, it's not a perfect exact science. You're going to have to make tweaks. It's going to be different for everybody. The general concept is going to be the same, but the specifics on the specific titles and tags and descriptions that you need, it's going to vary depending on your product. So I hope this helps. You guys have a wonderful day and best of luck.